Good evening, folks, and welcome to DRM News with a heartbreaking update from Gaza, where a dire humanitarian crisis is unfolding. Imagine this: thousands of starving Palestinians, many displaced and living amid rubble, are risking their lives just to get a bag of food. Today, we're diving into the chaotic and frankly inhumane way aid is being distributed in Gaza, where hunger is claiming lives daily. Let's break it down for you in simple terms. On Monday, massive crowds gathered in the central Gaza Strip, scrambling to collect supplies from the US-backed Gaza Humanitarian Foundation, or GHF. This private group, supported by Israel, has taken over much of the aid distribution from the United Nations, but it's a system riddled with problems. One man, Yusuf al-Awada, described the ordeal. "We saw death in our eyes, 4 hours under the sun. Can you imagine standing in scorching heat for hours, dodging danger just for a chance at food?" The Gaza Health Ministry reported yesterday that 6 more people died of starvation or malnutrition, bringing the total to a staggering 175 since the war began, including 93 children. That's right, children are bearing the brunt of what aid groups are calling a man-made famine. The World Health Organization says 1 in 3 Gazans is going days without food, and hospitals are overwhelmed with skeletal kids and adults fainting from hunger. It's a crisis that's hard to fathom. So, why is this happening? Israel, which controls Gaza's borders, says it's letting in aid. Over 23,000 tons on 1,200 trucks last week alone, according to COGAT, Israel's aid coordination agency. They blame Hamas for stealing supplies and the UN for not distributing them fast enough. But here's the other side. UN agencies and aid groups say Israel's restrictions are choking the flow of food. Before the war, 500 trucks entered Gaza daily. Now, it's a trickle, and the GHF system is making things worse. There are only a few distribution sites, often in dangerous zones, forcing people like Yusuf to trek miles through combat areas, sometimes under gunfire. The UN reports over 1,000 Palestinians have been killed trying to reach these sites since GHF took over in May. Israel has rolled out some measures: daily pauses in fighting, airdrops, and protected routes for convoys. But aid groups call these band-aid fixes. Airdrops are expensive, inefficient, and sometimes deadly, with supplies landing in the sea or military zones. The UN's Philippe Lazzarini called them a distraction and pleaded for Israel to open land routes to let in the 6,000 trucks waiting in Jordan and Egypt. One UN worker described Gazans as walking corpses, and even aid workers are fainting from hunger. The backdrop to this tragedy is the ongoing war, sparked by Hamas's October 7, 2023 attack on Israel, which killed 1,200 people and took 251 hostages, per Israeli figures. Israel's response has killed over 60,000 Palestinians, according to Gaza's health ministry, flattening much of the enclave. Both sides are locked in sluggish ceasefire talks, but the starvation crisis can't wait. So, what's the bottom line? This isn't just a logistics problem, it's a humanitarian catastrophe. Aid groups, including Save the Children and Doctors Without Borders, are begging for unrestricted access to deliver food safely. They say Israel's policies are weaponizing hunger, a charge Israel denies. Meanwhile, families are choosing between starvation and risking death for a sack of flour. At DRM News, we'll keep you posted as the world demands answers and action to save Gaza's 2.2 million people from this nightmare. Stay tuned.